What's up, everybody? It's Josh coming at you from Nerd Ventures Tower, and holy mother-loving mothers, the new Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer is pretty intense.
That was totally wicked!
There is a ton of goodness wrapped up in this trailer, and I absolutely love 99.9% of what was shown to us yesterday. The only thing I have an issue with is the design of the Inquisitors, particularly the design of the Grand Inquisitor. But don't worry, I'm not going to get into it too deeply in this video. I've already made a million tweets about it, done 2 live streams where I rant epically about the design choices, and I'm almost over it.
Really?
Of course not!
Instead, in this video, I want to focus on some things I'm seeing in the trailer now after watching it for the millionth and first time that are making me believe there's some hidden, interesting stuff that's going to be happening in the Kenobi show and perhaps even in the coming Andor show. Now, technically speaking, this is theory. This is not something that's based on leaks that are out there, other than some peripheral rumors and some stuff that we think we know about the actual Kenobi show, all of which, by the way, was proven to be right by the trailer. And so now let me take you through it all and tell you why I think Captain Rex, Ahsoka, and Cassian Andor might all be hidden within the footage we just saw in this trailer. So obviously the main plot elements set up in the Kenobi trailer are the fact that Kenobi is still hiding, still watching over Luke, and yet the Inquisitors are out there hunting for Jedi. We see Moses Ingram as what is now confirmed to be the 3rd sister. We see Sun Kang confirmed to be the 5th brother, and we see Rupert Fiend as the Grand Inquisitor. And the Grand Inquisitor has this dope dialogue likely delivered from some kind of meeting at the underwater Inquisitory Palace that we do see in this trailer that we think comes from the Jedi Fallen Order game. He talks about how the key to hunting Jedi is patience, the fact that the Jedi cannot help but be Jedi, and if you follow the compassion, eventually helping people or doing the right thing is going to be an itch they can't help but scratch, and so you just got to do that kind of stuff if you want to find some Jedi. And we see this cast of characters hunting Jedi in essentially 2 locations, one being Tatooine, which is pretty crazy and probably surprised a lot of people, but the other location is this weird casino Reno-like looking planet in space that was described in the leaks. And it is within the sequences on the Reno planet where I first saw the things that might end up proving this theory to be correct. We obviously see the Inquisitors looking out for Jedi. You see Kenobi trying to avoid them, and then this scene with this droid, which appears to be on the same planet, is just weird. We see a stormtrooper confronting this droid, and we see this droid do something really weird with some kind of a gun weapon on its hand. And when you combine that with this shot here where the Grand Inquisitor is interrogating somebody on that same planet, you can look at the back of this person's head and it very closely resembles what the back of Tamara Morrison's head looks like. And you might think that's crazy, but we just saw a ton of Tamara Morrison's bald head in the Book of Boba. Then there's this sequence with the 3rd sister confronting somebody in some kind of a back alley on that same planet. Now the person here draws a blaster, and you could say, oh, this is probably Obi-Wan, and at this point he's using the blaster. But if you fast forward to this part of the video, the blaster that Kenobi is using fighting on the roofs here looks very different than the blaster we see drawn by the character in the alley. In fact, when you really look closely on this blaster that Kenobi is using, it actually does look like the blasters that Rex used back in the day during the Clone Wars. And then there's this shot on the roof again where something happens to a vent or box that's near Kenobi, and a bunch of these green-blue birds fly out. And many people pointed out this seems weirdly similar to the Mayari bird that follows Ahsoka around as something like a patron of hers. So how could all of this tie together, and why do I think all of these characters would be in Kenobi? Well, it does kind of come from a lot of different rumors that I'm sort of pulling together in my mind. One of the most recent ones is that in the Andor show, you will see Ewan McGregor and you will see Ahsoka, and they will have a recurring role in the show. They do come from some very reliable sources. It seems like there's good evidence to suggest that Kenobi and Ahsoka will be in the Andor show. And I actually think the figure in the alley could end up being Andor himself, as this weird Reno planet was said to have some ties to Cassian Andor and his network of spies. Essentially, the Kamal Nanjiani character is rumored to be somebody that Kenobi's going to meet on that planet in order to find out the location of Leia. And that dude, Kamal's character, is said to be an informant for Cassian Andor. And so if Ahsoka and Rex and Andor are all in the Cassian Andor show, and perhaps we're seeing some of the time period where Ahsoka is known as Fulcrum, then it's totally possible that in the sort of Marvel style, Star Wars is trying to set up some of those characters in even the Kenobi show. So if all of these characters end up meeting on this planet and working together in some sort of a way to try to thwart the plan of the Inquisitors, then you have a lot of things in this scene explained. This could explain why the back of that person's head looks like Tamara Morrison, why Tamara Morrison as Rex could be on this planet and maybe pretending to be a droid. It could explain why Obi-Wan himself is using one of Rex's blasters to fight on the roof, and it could explain why out of nowhere a bunch of crazy looking birds come out, and it could also explain how Obi-Wan manages to escape all of the Inquisitors on that planet without using his own lightsaber. Perhaps Fulcrum, aka Ahsoka, shows up and starts whooping on them or pushing them back with her own force prowess, which again would be a perfect Marvel style tie-in to the Andor show if those rumors of Kenobi and Ahsoka being in that show are indeed true. It's pretty crazy, I know, but let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. And I hope wherever this video is finding you at, that you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.